Let's open with that. I know your adult daycare job, right? Poor Audie. Rep is beautiful. Love Rep right now. Look at that. I mean, it just came right up and stopped right here, didn't it? I mean, just every damn time. I'll save it. Crazy. Let's rewind the music and get ready to get started. Let's pull out the 4-hour chart here. All right, marker. Visual marker. Hello, I am Sensei Kevlar. Welcome back to the dojo. Let's look at some charts today. I'm really excited about Rep because they announced some new technology, and it's really had the chart on a run. But let's take a look at how we might have made that plan looking back. I'm gonna do what we always do, which is take that nice fibro taste, but I'm not gonna pay any attention to this noise right here. I'm just going to take this nice, solid, tested motion right here. I'm going to take it all the way down to here. I'm not even going to take it that far back. Sorry, I wanted to do a projection. I'm going to take that motion, I'm going to take it down to, you know, down to here, bring it back up here, then extend it off into the future. Let me get my tools right this moment. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to measure this motion downward again. Because I think that this was one run, like this is one run, and then we had an upturn, okay, making a new motion, and then we had a down run, and then we had an upturn, and I'm looking for this down run, I'm looking for some retracement of it, helping me to buy a plan, right? So it comes down here, and it does this, and I want to now measure off of here how I make my plan. This up a little more. Okay. So I come up here and maybe I exit my initial position that I bought right here at a profit, but then I come down here and I do some buying. And in accordance with the plan, I don't do any buying again until this level right here. Well, if I had dollar cost averaged the first time here, when the RSI went down, and the second time here when we reached this new level right here, how much money would I have made on a dollar cost average strategy? 252% off of that? I mean, this is insane. This is why I do this right here. Is I'm going to take all of my money, I'm going to start, you know, I'm going to get out right here, because according to the plan, this is the motion that happened. And I'm going to start getting in right here. Maybe I do some more buying right here. And I definitely get in on this level right here. Let's extend this on across. And it comes down here, and I do a lot of buying because that's where it tells me to. And I make 238%? I mean, what if I just, you know, what if my dollar cost averaging just brings me down somewhere into here, and it's all profit from here, right? Well, it's still 176%, 150%. Okay, let's use the straddle strategy on this. If we say that this is the range that we were trading in, okay, take it even lower. Right? Yeah, we're taking it all the way down to 1 cent, right? Taking it all the way down here, because down here we're negative, so this doesn't make sense. This is as far as our plan took us, right? Because we had a buying plan all the way down to 1 cent to get us into this. Okay, then we use some trailing stops on this. What I want to do is I want to measure how big my trailing stop should be. See what this average motion is right here. You know, that's something like, you know, 20% or 30% right there. So if I just use a 10%, very small motion. Right, let's make this a little bigger. Get rid of that line. Let's just use, you know, 10%. Something small and reasonable. Okay. If this is what we're tracking, right? If we're selling out all the way across this, then this is the first place we start buying. And we're doing some buying all the way down here. You know, definitely doing some buying all the way around here. Maybe you get a tiny sell right there. Probably not, right? But your straddle comes down and it picks you up a bunch right here. And you make some profit up here. And now you're making profit. And now you're making profit. Okay? And as this comes along, okay, now we're going sideways. And boom, we hit our buy. And as we allocate, we bring our dollar cost average down, right? doing some buying all the way to there and there. Then we get a tiny little buy, a sell right there, tiny little bit of profit before we start doing some more buying. And now look at what happens, is we're making so much money on the way up. Look at how much money we're making on the way up. We're dollar cost averaging the way down, we're buying all the way up, we're just straddling the market in a range. This is our range. We're using a dead zone to allow the market to move, to make us profit 10%. Every time the market goes up, we make 10% on that much, on that little amount, until you get really into a nice position here, and then this happens. I can't recommend this enough. And by recommend, I mean doing it on paper. Just like I just did. Taking your cursor and sweeping it across the charts and making the plan to see how much money you could have made. Don't do it with actual money, do it on paper. Here's your opportunity to look back in time and see how much money you could have made. Let's move on to the next one. MFT USD. Well, it's largely the same story. Let's take that projection. We're going to go down from here. The top of our big market spill. Go down to here, and then take this up, and then extend it on across. Alright, take that up to the peak right there. Okay. See some more lines that we were going to make here. Where they fall in the chart. Yeah, these are perfectly valid buy lines. Okay, so if you were here at this point, you know, at the in December, and you started straddling this market, well, what's this market moving in? You know, this is 36%, 43%. So if I just use a 10% straddle on this, right? So let's plot how much I'm going to be allocated for. I'm going to allocate, you know, down to this line right here. All right, this is how I'm going to straddle this opportunity. I'm going to try and get in and get some and make some money off of it. Okay, so that means I'm going to be really looking to buy here and here. I'm going to be doing most of my buying, but let's see what happens on a 10% dead zone within that straddle. Right, it's about 10% right there. I screwed that line up. There we go. Okay, drag it on across. We're doing some buying right through here. And here we're making all of our money. Okay, and then here it comes down for the first time. We're going sideways and it comes down, and now we're doing our buying and we're allocating. Here we don't really get a sell-off, right? We're just going sideways until we start getting drugged down here. Okay, so now we're going sideways. We're not really getting much of a sell-off here. We're still going sideways. Okay, now we're going down more. And look, now we're in the profit. This is how we made all of our money on the 10% right here. And we want to make this scale right here non-linear so that we're buying more and more and more and dollar cost averaging higher and higher and bringing our profit margin down more and more. So when this does turn around, we're up here. Or if it does come down to here, well, we know how to make our money. We're going to make our money when it comes down to here, and then up again later to right here. That's how we're going to make all of our money. We're just going to keep turning that money around over and over and over again in a completely automated way. ADA, USD. Do ADA ETH. I bet they have Ethereum. Yeah, they do. Yeah, what a chart. Look at this thing. Okay. Let's take our really big motion right here, and we'll take it down to here. You can see it coming back up to here. we'll just extend this on across and see what happens. Back here in June, you could have done this anytime. In September, October, November. You could have made this plan that has you coming down here and buying all of this. Okay? Let's measure how much we're making across these motions. If we start here, and we're coming up to here, well, that's 36%. Can we do a 10% straddle on this? Sure, let's figure out our range. You know, maybe we're going to give ourselves a little bit more room to run on this. Come up here, and then for our final point, we're going to come, you know, even further down. We're going to make more of a plan than that, right? Because we can. Let's come all the way down to here. That can be our bottom, no problem. Okay. Now, if we're making our money, we're right here. What do we want? How much money we're going to make on this, right? And if we want to make more money on this, we can certainly tighten this up. We can tighten up this range right here and be doing more of our allocation down here. But what I'm telling you is this is the same as allocating more for this opportunity and having a broader straddle. Because you'll just be doing more buying up here for your allocation. Take that straddle, have it, you know, buy us in back here, and we make a little bit of money for sure, right? And here we're just moving sideways, and you know, maybe we do a little bit of buying, you know, coming along, and there we make some money, and there we buy into the market again, and there we make some money, make a little bit more money. I think we're up here at this point, and we're just waiting, we're waiting. And at this point, we don't have any of our money allocated into this market. We've basically sold out at this point. We've got all of our money. We're waiting for the market to come down. And we're waiting for the market to touch this point, and now we're buying in again because we're disciplined. Now we're buying in again because we're disciplined. Now we're making a little bit of money, but not really anything. But now what's happening is we're coming down. We're buying in. And here is the point where we might want to allocate more. Look at what's happening with all of this, right? Here we're making some money. Do we want to keep making money? Do we want to keep creating these opportunities for ourselves? Mana? ETH? No. Do mana BTC. Back here in August, we did some... Back here in October, we did some analysis, and we said, well, it's definitely, you know, formed some highs up here, but let's take this slightly lower high. We'll bring it up to this more recent high. And it's now, you know, October, and we want to do some charting of where this might go. Make a plan. So we're just going to drag that on across. Would this have told you that this is an opportunity right here? Could you have seen the support right here? The resistance, or the support right here, the resistance right here, you know, turn into resistance right here. Come down and bounce off support, turn back into resistance. Come up here, make your money. You know, do a nice big range on this for sure. And then, you know, use a dead zone. Yeah, I'm afraid it's down just at the moment because I'm streaming. Come across here. Man, we're making so much money, right? Making money through this whole opportunity. Could we have known to set our opportunities higher? Yeah, of course we could have. Let's take a look at this. You know, if this is the range we're going to move in, great. Let's make that our money maker, right? Based upon this knowledge right here, let's say, well, I don't think it's going to go above this. Well, did it? No. We could have made all of our money. If we had simply bought here and then sold across this whole range, and then bought in more here and sold across this range here. Here's our little marker. You know, here it is right here. This is our 10%, 15%, however big you want this to be, 20%. You just automate this. You just make this easy. Let's see. QTUM. I can tell you that historically, this one has made me a lot of money. I think I did ETH on this one, and it made me a lot of money. Because I took this, and I did this, and I did this, and I said, alright, well, if that's the range we're going to be in, then I'm going to go ahead and set the straddle based upon this is my top. You better believe that I sold right here and was buying all through here so that I could make all of my money right here. Right here in the beginning of 2019, right? In January, I started making money on this, having not made any money on it for a while. Because this is the last time I was making money is back in December. Make money on these all the time. Just set it up. Set it and forget it. Can the plan go lower? Absolutely. We've got numbers down here. We've got projections that we can do off of this motion right here to set us up for more success. Let's go ahead and extend that on out. Okay. Go ahead and end that trend right there. And there we go. Look at how the trends correlate. Right, we still definitely see it bouncing off of this point right here, because that's where we drew it from. But we also see it respecting this new trend based off of this motion. Right here, this line very predictably turned into resistance. This line very predictably turned into support. This line was resistance, couldn't go up any higher. Based upon this, you could have made a straddle that made you money through all of this motion right here. Final one for the day, ETH USD. Sorry. I think we're definitely seeing a lot of volume here. I think that's pretty undeniable. We're definitely seeing some good trends towards volume. As we come down here and take a look, we definitely have formed a bottom. We're looking to form a higher high off of this one right here. And here's our new higher, a higher low, and here's our new higher low. If this can confirm, if this can get a good bounce and get a good push back off of here, this may signal that this was the low with all of this volume. If, however, we can get a return to here, then you need to have a plan in place for what happens when we come down to here. Either way, nothing about this changes. What we can do is we can take our trend-based extension, take the most recent high to the most recent low, take it up to the most recent trend, high, extend it on across. Time to make a plan. Okay. How high are we going to go? Well, I think that this has potential, especially with, upcoming news. Could we go 300? Sure. Easy. All the way down to 50. I'm not just making up numbers. This is 61 right here. No, negative 61. No, all the way down to 25. All the way down to $25 we could be buying. 120. That's 20%, right? That's easy. The answer is yes. You plan the trade, you trade the plan. And that is the way of the trade. I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm gonna bring Trader 5 back up right now, Suka. I promise. I hope to see you tomorrow when we embark upon our journey to explore the dark arts of profit destruction. And I hope to see you then.